Hey guys, it's Tessa. Today we're making chicken enchilada casserole. This is basically a Mexican-inspired version of lasagna, but it's much quicker and easier than lasagna. I love this recipe because it's basically foolproof. You really can't screw this up, I promise. I also love this recipe because it's quick and easy enough for a weeknight meal, but it's also special enough to serve to a crowd or to bring to a party. So if you'd like to learn how to make this delicious chicken enchilada casserole, then just keep watching. To get started, I have 20 ounces of enchilada sauce. I'm using store-bought enchilada sauce to make this super easy, but you can also use homemade if you'd prefer. To that, I'm adding a 1/4 cup of sour cream. Just give that a quick stir until it's all nice and creamy, and then we're going to set that aside and move on to our chicken mixture. So I have 3 cups of shredded chicken from about 3 chicken breasts, and to that I'm adding ground cumin, cayenne pepper, garlic powder, chili powder, salt, and pepper. And don't forget, you can always find the full recipe at the link below on my blog. I'm also adding 1/2 cup of defrosted frozen corn and 2 green onions, which I've chopped, but I'm going to reserve a little bit for garnish on the top to add some color. Just give that a quick stir and then we can get started assembling. I have a medium-sized baking dish here. Anything that's about 13 by 9 inch should work just fine. And I'm going to line the bottom with corn tortillas. You can break them up any which way you need to make sure they're evenly lining the bottom. Next, I'm topping the tortillas with about 1/2 of the chicken mixture and 1/3 of my cheese. And I'm using shredded Colby Jack cheese. After that, I'm going to spoon my creamy enchilada sauce over the cheese and smooth it out. And then I'm going to repeat all those steps all over again for a full other layer. So I start off with my tortillas, and this time I'm going to break them up a little bit more to show you that you can completely line the bottom without any gaping holes just by kind of being creative with breaking up your tortilla a little bit. This casserole is so creamy and cheesy and meaty and just satisfying. Your family's gonna love it. They'll probably request it at least once a week. After my tortillas, I'm going to finish off my chicken layer by adding the remaining chicken and then adding another 1/3 of my shredded Colby Jack cheese. Then I'm going to dollop on the remaining enchilada sauce and smooth it out. And then we're all finished assembling our enchilada casserole. How easy was that? This recipe is just as tasty and impressive as lasagna, but so much easier. Cover it with foil and pop it in a 375-degree oven for 30 minutes, and then broil it for 5 minutes to get the cheese nice and golden brown. Just one more thing before we finish up our casserole. If you like this video and think the recipe looks delicious, I'd love it if you share it with your friends. Okay, so my chicken enchilada casserole is all cooked. The cheese is bubbling and golden brown and it looks perfect. My last finishing touch is some green onions sprinkled over the top. This is just gonna add some color and some extra onion flavor. I'm actually gonna let this sit for about 10 minutes at room temperature so it can cool down a little bit so that when I cut my first slice, it stays a nice square and doesn't just ooze out and become a big mess. If you guys like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next Wednesday for another food video. Thanks for watching.